Yeah. It's your boy Urban Hot, aka Amontes'TV, aka Urban Philosopher. This is what I want to talk about. The prison during the 90s, it's like the police, the governors, the feds, everybody was trying to make an example out the young black man. So in the 90s, we got a lot of time in the 90s. You know, it was getting us time like it was candy or something. You know what I mean? It was a lot of issues with that because, like the decades before, you know, a lot of black men went to jail for crimes they didn't commit, especially the murders. And during that time, I guess, you couldn't just read, you know, a person's blood like that and figure out who they was or whatever the situation is, or the fingerprinting situation. You know, with there's different things going on that they didn't that it wasn't automatic. So a lot of guys that went through there without the proof of that. Just based on the story or the fact that you fit some kind of profile. But the whole thing about the 90s also that was crazy, if you was a molester, I'm talking about like a predator, them dudes would go in and out all the time. Them dudes are coming there for the same thing 2 or 3 times before a person with a valid crime get out once. Actually make parole. And then on top of that, it has to be some kind of petition signed for the man to be able to come into the neighborhood because he's a predator. But they wouldn't let nobody go that was of a valid crime, especially if you was a brother. I just never understood that, you know. And if you look at it now, like I told y'all before, the movies they used to make, 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club, Crush, there's a few of them was movies based around the white female, a high school white female. You know what I mean? Not just any female, a high school male. And all those movies back in the days, man, was based around how hot the 16-year-old white girl is. So I'm just saying that to say that the mentality back then was this bunch of predators and molesters, plain and simple. You know what I mean? And they would let one of them out parole before they let somebody out that had a valid crime. Because see, every case ain't the same for one. You know, when they do these laws, you know, they set them without really putting real experience to it, real, you know, situations in real time, because a lot of times stuff don't happen like people think. Because you get found guilty or something, that don't mean you should think the worst of that. You know what I mean? And like I said, then, you know, if you're not a career criminal, some people are career criminals, and some people just make mistakes and do a bid. You know what I mean? That happens. And it's like soon as you get under their administration, under their lock, they just do and say whatever to you. And that's really just the facts. You know, they would let out a predator before they let out somebody that had a valid crime, whether that man was trying to protect himself or whatever. And it just don't make no sense. Your boy Urban Hot.